Hi everyone! In this video we're going to look at MAC's new Electric Cool collection. This collection first released exclusively in Nordstrom stores around July 19th. It's now available for purchase on MAC's website to pro members, and very soon after this video gets posted, if not already by the time this video gets posted, it should be available to all customers online. And then officially it's supposed to release in stores August 2nd. This collection consists of 12 new eyeshadows. They are not only limited edition and new colors, but it comes in a new eyeshadow formula. These are supposed to be a reformulation of the Big Bounce shadows that released with MAC's Flighty collection. There are a lot of differences from those shadows. I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the video. But in any case, there are 12 of these colors. MAC's claim for this formula is that you'll get really rich, vibrant color, a formula that blends nicely, and a shadow that overall is lightweight. These will be $18.50 each. I think this time around I will do a overall swatch post, so I'll show you all of the colors with photographs and swatches, and then I will go back and do individual reviews for the colors. That's kind of what I've been doing lately, for example with the Revlon Just Bitten Balm Stains, some NYX stick blushes, things like that. So I think I'm going to stay consistent with that. As always, if you have any questions, please wait till the end of the video, or make sure to read my thoughts on the formula and individual colors through the review posts. Of course, if you have questions still after doing so, I would be happy to try to answer them. You can comment in the comment section below or on the blog at allurabeauty.com. And of course, if you just have general thoughts on these shadows, which ones you like best, or if you don't like the formula, then I'm always happy to read what my viewers have to share about the products and what they think. Alright, let's go on to the colors. These eyeshadows come in new packaging. As you can see, it's not a flip-up compact, as is typical of MAC shadows. It has a twist-off lid with a pretty deep well. And they do have a pan underneath, but the formula is pretty soft. It reminds me of Maybelline's Dream Bouncy blushes, so it's kind of like a foam or a sponge pillow consistency. And as you can see with some of the shadows here, this is the way that they came. I swatched a couple of them, but for these here, this is the way that they came in the packaging. So they do deform under pressure, and I assume that getting rattled around in the box, that's the reason why they became this way. So you can press them and sort of reshape them if you want to, but I'm just letting you know that don't be alarmed if you get a package and you have some of the shadows that are this way. First is Love Power, to show you how the formula deforms under the brush. You can see there that it's almost like those mattresses that conform to your body. That is kind of what happens to this formula when it meets pressure. Love Power is a soft, shimmering rose. Applying a little more product. Now, I have tried just a couple of these shades, and the best technique is similar to some of the mineralized shadows from the Heavenly Creature collection. If you use a short patting motion, you can get a more effective finish. And here is Love Power, Dynamo, which is a mid-tone coral, Highly Charged, a rich purple with pink pearlized pigments. And just to interrupt, if you can hear, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear that, but some of them are loose in the pan, even if they look like they're fine. So again, just be aware in terms of handling the packaging. Brilliantly Lit, and Brilliantly Lit, which is a bright acid yellow-green. So there are the first four colors up close. My thoughts are, A, Love Power has significantly larger shimmer particles in it, which probably is the reason why it goes on a little bit patchy. It is easily evened out just by swiping your brush a few more times and blending, or using a shorter patting motion. The next three colors are really intensely colored. They have great, bright, and vibrant pigmentation, and you don't need to apply multiple layers in order to get that kind of color payoff and that kind of finish. So in terms of color, I am very impressed, and I do think that these are beautiful, and they have a more finely milled shimmer to them. Switch to blue. This is a rich cobalt color. Pure Flash. This is a pale champagne. Super Watt. This is a light shimmering taupe. Coil. This is a copper bronze. My thoughts on this set, again, very rich and intense pigmentation. The three neutral colors here have such beautiful shimmer to them. It's just incredibly sparkly, but it's not chunky or unflattering, and especially Coil here. That gold shimmers. I mean, I personally love nude colors, neutral colors, so some people think that's really boring, but I just really love the neutral colors and their wearability. But I also love really bright colors like this one, so again, really intense pigmentation. This color didn't go on as densely, but still the pigmentation and payoff is really great, and you can certainly build up with another layer. Electroplate. This is a cool toned gunmetal gray, or a dark silver color. Backlit. This is a black with multi-dimensional pearlized pigments. Infra Violet. This is a mid-tone pink violet with blue pearlized pigments. And Fashion Circuit. And this is a bright Kelly green. So for these four, I'm particularly impressed by Fashion Circuit. It went on super even, really bright. Again, all of these colors are really bright and intensely pigmented. Actually, save for Backlit, which is still pretty good, but I do wish it were a more intense midnight black color. I wish, you can see there, I wish that it were more opaque, and it does have rainbow colored sparkles in it, but I wish that those were a little more obvious. Infra Violet could be also a little more dense in pigmentation, but given the rarity of an eyeshadow color like this, it fares pretty well. And then this color, Electroplate, is very beautiful again. The color is just saturated with shimmer there. So there you have MAC's Electric Cool collection. Overall, my thoughts are that I love the color payoff and pigmentation for these shadows. So I think MAC has done a very good job of making sure that each color has good color payoff and is really vibrant. And overall, they do apply quite smoothly. There's only one or maybe two colors that I do wish were more opaque, but really they perform pretty well in terms of the finish and application. They have a beautiful high amount of shimmer that isn't unflattering. I've tested already a couple of the shades out, and the ones that I have tested have done a really good job of not creasing, which was the biggest criticism of MAC's Big Bounce eyeshadows, was that they just creased instantly almost on some people, even if you put a base or a primer underneath, or even if you applied just a really tiny amount. So by that criteria, MAC has done a very, very good job of improving the formula. Now, it is a little strange to compare the two because the big bounce shadows were completely loose gels, so they were like a liquid formula. These are not just a powder, they do have softness, and there is like moisture in the formula. You'll be able to tell when you put your finger to the actual pan, but it's not the same consistency or medium, so in that sense it's a little weird to compare them. But if you just go by creasing, this is a much better formula, and quite frankly they're just a lot easier to use than the big bounce shadows were. Now, I haven't yet used them together, so I will do individual review posts showing you each individual color, but then in my cohesive review I will tell you my thoughts on the collection as a whole and how the colors work together and things like that. Alright, I really hope you enjoyed looking at these shadows with me. Please feel free to let us know what you think about them and how they've performed for you, or just what your favorite colors are. Thanks for taking the time to watch. See you in the next video.